Hello friends, in this lecture we will see subgroup. If G is a group, one definition, if G is a group, the order of mod G of G is the number of elements in G. Subgroup. H is a non-empty subset of group G. H is non-empty of group G is called H is a non-empty subset of group G is closed under induced operation of G and H itself a group then H is called subgroup of G. H is called subgroup of G. For example, here set of integer under addition is a subgroup of and it is denoted by H is less than or equal to G. That means read as H is a subgroup of G. H is a subgroup of G. Q plus is a subgroup of R plus and like this. And so R star with multiplication is a subgroup of complex, non-zero complex with multiplication. G is subgroup of G. G is a subgroup of G with any binary operation. Then G is called improper subgroup. All subgroups other than G are called proper subgroups. All subgroups other than G are called proper subgroups. That means here H is a subgroup of G. H is a proper subgroup. That means H is a subset of G and H proper subset. H is a proper subset of G. Singleton E is a subgroup of G. Is called trivial subgroup of G. Is called trivial subgroup. And other than these subgroups are called non-trivial subgroups. All subgroups other than singleton E are called non-trivial subgroups. Singleton E also subgroup, and this is called trivial, and other subgroups are called non-trivial subgroups. Now, another example here. There are different binary structures. There are two different binary structures. Different binary structures, group of 4 elements. Here, Z4 with addition modulo 4. Isomorphic 2, U4 with multiplication. U4 means roots of unity. Roots of unity. U4 contains element 1 minus 1, I minus I. Now, next group, V group. V group. That means client 4 group. V means in German Y for 4. So, V group, it contains 4 elements. Inverse of each element is itself, and except identity, remaining 3 elements, product of 2 is third element. Like this here, T, A, B, C. Inverse of each element is itself. AB is equal to C, BC is equal to A, AC is equal to B, like this. If we take table, like this, E, A, B, C, E, A, B, C, E, 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 A, B, C, A, C, B, B, C, B, C, A, C, B, A, like this. And if we take here, here is subgroup of order 2 in Z4. 03 is not subgroup. Here, if we take 3 plus 3, this is equal to 2, does not belongs to 03. EA, comma, EB, EC are subgroups of V group, Clanford group. In this group, Z4, only one subgroup of order 2. Here, 3 subgroups of order 2. If you take subdiagram, for Z4, this is Z4, 02 and singleton 0. Here, subdiagram for Clanford group, singletony, then this is subgroup of 0A, 0B, 0C, this is view. Both subdiagram are different. And these two groups, that means Z4 and V, different binary structures. Now, next theorem. A subset H is a subgroup of G if and only if H is closed under binary operation of G. There exists an identity element for in H and inverse of each element exists in H. Theorem. A subset H of a group G is a subgroup of G if and only if first H is closed under binary operation of G. Second, there exists an identity element. Identity element E in H. Third, A inverse exists for all A belongs to H. That means inverse of every element exists in H. Here, if H is a subgroup of G, that means H itself is a group, and these are the argines of group. This satisfies H is closed under, H is a group, so H is closed under binary existence exists, and A inverse exists for all A belongs to H. Conversely, if you take these properties satisfied, H is closed under, there exists an identity element E in H, A inverse exists, only remaining to show that associative law satisfied. If A, B, C belongs to H, this implies A, B, C belongs to G also, and A star in bracket B star C is equal to A star B star C in G, and so A star B star C is equal to A star B star C in H. That means associative property inherited from G. Associative property in H inherited from G. This satisfies closure property satisfies existence inverse of each element exists in H. So H is a group and H is a subgroup of G. H is a subgroup of G. Now, example G, set of all invertible n cross n matrices. Set of all n cross n invertible matrices with complex entries. With complex entries. And T, A belongs to G such that determinant of A is equal to 1. Then show that T is a subgroup of T is a subgroup of G. Here A, B belongs to T. Therefore, determinant of A is equal to 1 and determinant of B is equal to 1. Determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. This is 1. Determinant of AB is equal to 1. So, AB belongs to T. Closure property satisfied. closure property satisfied. Now, identity matrix of order defined in T belongs to T because determinant of identity matrix is 1. And if A belongs to T, then A inverse also belongs to T. If A belongs to T, then A inverse also belongs to T, since determinant of A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A, and this is equal to 1 upon 1, 1. And so, T is a subgroup of G. T is a subgroup of G. Now, here, let example theorem. If we take theorem, let G be a group. Let G be a group and A belongs to G. A belongs to G. Then this set H is equal to A to the power n. N belongs to Z. A to the power n. N belongs to Z. Is a subgroup of G. Is a subgroup of G and is the smallest subgroup of G that contains E. Here, G is any group. A is any element of G. If we take set, this type, A is power of A. A is the set of all powers of A. A is to n, n belongs to J. Then this set is a subgroup. We want to show these three properties: closure, identity, and inverse. Here, X comma Y belongs to H. That means X is equal to A to the power n and Y is equal to A to the power m. M comma n belongs to Z. Elements of H, this type. So we can write X in the power of A and Y is also in the power of. Now X into Y is equal to A to the power n into A to the power m. This is equal to A to the power n plus m. M is an integer, n is integer, n plus m is also integer. And this belongs to H. That means closure property satisfied. Closure property satisfied. Now, closure property satisfied. Now, A to the power 0 is equal to E belongs to H. E is equal to A to the power 0 and A to the power 0 belongs to H. Existence of an identity. Now, if x belongs to H, then x is equal to a to the power n. Then x inverse is equal to a to the power minus n belongs to H. Minus n is also belongs to Z. So a raised to minus n belongs to H. And this existence of inverse. And so this set is subgroup of G. If you take, suppose here Z4 G is equal to Z4 with addition modulo 4. Here if we take H 3 to the power n, n belongs to Z. 3 to the power n, that means this can be written 3 n times 3, n belongs to Z. If operation is addition, then 3 to the power n can be written n times 3. If we take n is equal to 0, we get 0 element. N is equal to 1, 3. N is equal to 2, then 2. N is equal to 2 means 6, 6. Addition modulo 4, again 2. N is equal to 3, 9, 9. Addition modulo 4, 1. Like this. That means it is generated by 3. It is generated by 3. And here H is equal to Z4 generated by 3. Generated by 3. Now, one theorem. If theorem G is a subgroup, G is a subgroup and H is a non-empty subset of G. H is a non-empty subset of G. Then H is a subgroup of G if and only if for A comma B belongs to H implies AB inverse belongs to H. That means AB inverse belongs to H for all AB belongs to H, then H is a subgroup of G. If H is a subgroup of G, then this condition satisfies. Here, suppose AB inverse belongs to H for A comma B belongs to H. We want to show H is a subgroup of. To show closure property, existence of identity, and existence of inverse. Here, take A comma A belongs to H. This gives AA inverse belongs to H. That means AA inverse belongs to H. That means E belongs to H. Existence of an identity. Now see here, if E belongs to H, we want to show existence of inverse. Existence of inverse. Okay. E belongs to H and A belongs to H. Two elements here. Then E A inverse is equal to belongs to H and E A inverse is A inverse belongs to H. This gives existence of an inverse. Now, existence of inverse. Next, to show closure property, A comma B belongs to H. Here B belongs to H, so B inverse belongs to H by above. B inverse belongs to H. Now, A comma B inverse belongs to H. A comma B inverse belongs to H. This implies here A B inverse of inverse belongs to H. That means A inverse of inverse is itself AB belongs to H. We get yes here A comma B belongs to H. We get AB belongs to H. Closure property satisfied. Closure property satisfied, and so H is sub here closure property, existence of inverse, existence of identity, and by above theorem this gives H is a subgroup of G. Now conversely, if H is a subgroup of G, H is a subgroup of G, then all axioms are satisfied. All axioms are satisfied if A comma A comma B belongs to H. B belongs to H. This implies B inverse belongs to H by existence of an inverse. And here by closure A comma B inverse belongs to H, this implies AB inverse belongs to H by closure property. By closure property. That means H is a subgroup, then AB inverse belongs to H by closure property. And if AB inverse belongs to H, then H is a subgroup of G. Okay, we will stop here.